Go for it.
Welcome back to SIDETRACK, everybody. Episode number 7.
With Dustin and Joe.
With Dustin and Joe. And if you've been paying attention, you may notice we're in a bit of a different location today.
Yes, we are
at our place of business.
Yep.
This is Joe's office here, which I wanted to ask you, did you clear this with anybody?
No.
Any of the higher ups or anything like that?
Not at all.
You concerned about that whatsoever?
No, I am the higher up. So.
Oh, big dog. Yeah.
It's my office.
Yeah. It's your office, you in it?
I don't own it. But
I don't know. They told me it was mine.
No, that's why there's nothing that can implicate.
Well, it's easier to ask for forgiveness and permission. So
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah. This is a one-time thing. We want to get one more episode in before, holidays. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas.
So, instead of us, we all got stuff to do. I've got shopping's got to be done. He's got, we got families, and just figured do it right here after work, right here, get it done, and we don't got to worry about it. So.
Yeah, and because we know you're all dying for some more content.
Oh yeah, I mean
That's for sure.
the public demand for what we're putting out is amazing.
Yeah,
the phone calls I get all the time.
The phone calls
about
people. Did you give your number out?
No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Yeah.
No one's asked for any more episodes, but we like doing it, so we're doing it to them.
Yeah.
You told me there was something you wanted to talk about.
Well, it was just this little thing I noticed probably anywhere between 5 and 10 years ago. I was driving downtown one day, and there's a MARC train downtown. And it was after 5, so a lot of people were getting back to the station. They take it to work, come back or whatever. I see all these guys getting off in suits.
Like businessmen.
Businessmen.
Okay.
Carrying backpacks. Just remind me of kids getting off the bus. Whatever happened to the briefcase?
Briefcases.
The briefcase. Now I do realize how the backpack is more convenient.
Yes.
For one, it'll hold more stuff.
Yes.
2, it allows your hands to be free.
Yes.
But it just doesn't sit right with me for some reason.
I think it's got to be, I'm sure a lot of it matters what job you're doing.
Well, yeah,
but
obviously.
How many people nowadays travel a long way to the place where they work?
Right.
So I imagine a lot of these people, change clothes, something like that. Or most people go to the gym nowadays.
Right.
So you've got to have,
Well, yeah, got to have more stuff to carry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a backpack works.
I would use a backpack.
Yeah.
I'd never use a briefcase.
Well, I know you use backpack.
No, I'm saying if I was a businessman that dressed in a suit and did all that,
right.
I would always use a backpack.
You would use a backpack.
Yep.
I feel like it affects the essence or the aura.
Are you saying it's more manly to have a briefcase?
I believe it's more manly to have a briefcase than a backpack.
Interesting.
As far as businessman goes.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Not anybody carrying a backpack is, but
I carry a backpack.
I know you do.
I like my backpacks.
I was wondering how you was going to take this.
No.
I mean, that you carry your backpack. But you one strap it though. You always one strapping it. You always do
it depends. Well, when we go on hikes and stuff like that, I always got both on.
Well, I mean, that's a hike.
Yeah. But no, if we're going somewhere, short and I got something on.
Yeah, that's casual.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it just loses something with me. Like say there's 2 guys walking in here right now, suits on. One's carrying a backpack, double strapped. The other one's carrying a briefcase. Now, who are you going to take more seriously?
The briefcase guy.
The briefcase guy.
Yeah.
Now, why is that?
Because, like you said, it looks more professional.
Right. It's more professional, more manly.
Yeah.
You can relate to this guy a little more than you can get out the backpack, maybe.
Yeah. I get that. All right.
Right.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
My dad was a truck driver for 40 years. Had a briefcase.
Yeah.
Always had a briefcase. Had a logbook, had maps and shit in there.
Yeah.
I always thought that was kind of funny.
I think nowadays, people realize that, a backpack, in my opinion, you can do more with, carry more. And I don't think image is as important as it used to be. And back then, that was what you did. You had a briefcase when you went to that type of work, wearing a suit, all that. I don't think that much applies much anymore.
Right.
I don't think you have to have that appearance anymore.
Nah, I don't agree with it. What do you think about the what do they call that one that hangs off the
Fanny
side? No, it ain't a fanny pack. It's like a big, almost like a big
A
briefcase,
satchel?
but you know, just one
Satchel?
strap. I guess they would call it a satchel, but it's kind of like a book bag though, for as much stuff you can put in it.
I maybe call that a satchel.
But even still, that looks weak compared to the
That
briefcase.
looks all
They just-
a little odd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy with the briefcase looks a little stronger than the guy with the backpack.
But I'm partial to backpacks.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I'm not partial to either one. I don't really use either one. I mean, I'd pick up a backpack before I picked up a briefcase.
Yeah.
If me, but I've never been
I'm not a briefcase guy.
Yeah, never been a businessman.
Yeah.
Well, if I was a businessman, I'd be a briefcase guy. But you sit that son of a bitch down on the table.
You just like that.
Foot them
That's all you
straps.
like.
Oh, that's some shit there.
Now, I will say,
that's something in itself.
my wife's grandfather, when he passed away, there was a couple things she brought back to the house, and one of them was a briefcase, a brown briefcase in the basement.
Right.
When you opened it up, it had flat hang down, had all these spots. So I keep all my model equipment in there.
Oh, yeah.
All the paperwork, directions, all the paint brushes, the individual paint brushes to paint the models and the pieces and all that stuff's in that.
Yeah.
All my paint, everything.
Right.
So when I go to do that, carry it over, sit down, go,
Right.
wrap it up,
Oh, yeah.
shut it. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels cool when you hit those buttons.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they
Yep.
get that combination lock on there.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Nobody ever uses those.
No.
Nobody sets those things.
Now I had to break them off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, it click, click. I like that.
All right. Something else I want to ask you about.
All right.
You wear sweatpants?
Do I wear sweatpants? I
I
don't
know-
like sweatpants.
You don't like sweat? I mean, like when you sleep or anything like that, you wear sweatpants?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Not really.
Ever?
I have a pair. I've
Oh,
worn them
okay.
before. I don't care for them too much.
Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, I wear them when I like sleep or wear them around the house or whatever. But, for the longest time, sweatpants just had this little elastic piece, probably about that, probably about
Yeah.
that wide, that would, grip your ankle, but you couldn't really notice it. But now, nowadays they got them ones that you got this long elastic piece, really grips your ankle, almost comes up to here.
I don't have any of those.
You don't have any of those?
I don't have any pairs of sweatpants that have that. All the sweatpants I have a zipper
The zipper.
that goes up.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. Well, I was against them at first because I didn't feel like they looked quite as manly
Well, I can see that.
as the previous sweatpants, but
Sweatpants.
I probably got about
yeah.
3 pair now, and I gotta say the elastic on the ankle is actually growing on me a little bit. Like,
See, I couldn't.
You gotta worry about dragging the ground,
I wouldn't like having something.
grabbing your
attached.
ankle.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. Well, give it a shot.
Like I said, I got a pair.
Sure.
I like 'em. There's something I wanted to bring up. And this was because I saw something on TV, and it was about a guy who got pulled over. I don't remember what the state was. It was only a couple of days ago. He got pulled over, and he had 4 or 5 ounces of marijuana in his car.
Oh, yeah. What state was this?
I don't remember what state.
Oh,
I'm saying it wasn't here, and the way the show was, it made it seem like it was recreational marijuana was legal
Oh, yeah. In that state.
in that state, but he got arrested for it.
Right.
What do you feel about that? You think,
Somebody getting arrested for
you
marijuana?
think recreational marijuana is a good thing, bad thing? What?
I think as long as alcohol is legal, there ain't no reason marijuana shouldn't be.
Okay, fair point.
Because have you ever heard of any violent instances with marijuana?
What do you mean?
Like somebody was high on marijuana, came in shooting up the place. Somebody got high on marijuana, beat the shit out of his wife.
I mean, that's probably happened several times. I'm sure that's.
That's yeah, but you think it was the marijuana that did that, or he just happened to be on marijuana at the time?
That's probably the second one here is probably what you're saying is right, but you can say that just about anything.
Okay. Well, but alcohol, nonetheless, that has a violent history.
Okay.
I mean, that makes people do. I mean, I know when I've drank,
Yeah.
and gotten drunk. I certainly get a little more mouth there.
Yeah, yeah.
I certainly get some more balls to me.
Yeah, a little bit.
Now, marijuana, on the other hand, I've experienced it. Now, that just, it almost makes you not give a shit about anything. I feel like, well, I won't say that because it can make you a little paranoid. It can make you worrisome about things in your life. But it doesn't make you angry. It doesn't make you violent. So, I've experienced alcohol, experienced marijuana, but I just don't understand the problem with the marijuana as long as alcohol is legal.
Yeah.
Not to mention,
I think
alcohol
alcohol is
poisoning.
worse than marijuana.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. People die from alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
Never heard anybody die from marijuana poisoning.
I haven't, but
Yeah.
I never know. I
Right.
mean,
I don't know.
I don't think you can smoke enough to
Oh, man.
kill yourself.
Well, I mean, I feel like once you're high too. You keep smoking,
Yeah.
you ain't gonna get no higher.
Yeah, no, and
Yeah.
you're the more you do it, just you're trying to chase what you originally had.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not gonna happen.
Not to mention with drinking, I'm a bitch when it comes to drinking. I always feel sick within like 2 fucking hours.
I used to be able to drink a good bit, but I can't no more.
Yeah, I know, man. I pull up, you be like, crush that can. Throw it down.
I
You quit drinking when you was 20, didn't you?
I started to quit drinking when I was like 26 or 27.
26, 27?
No, that's
Nah, so
more
you
like
drank about
23,
15
24,
years?
something like that. Yeah,
Drank for about 15 years.
something. I don't know. I don't drink much anymore. But if it's okay to smoke marijuana in that state, why is he getting arrested? You can't. I mean, it was called an intent to distribute.
Yeah.
Is that much weed?
5 ounces? Well, about 1 ounce or something. I mean, yeah, it's a good bit.
Enough that you're going to sell it?
I mean, but how do you prove he just wasn't stocking up so you don't have to go back for a while?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we have a brand new dispensary down the street from our location right here.
Beautiful dispensary, by the way.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
And I have noticed that. That's another thing. Marijuana versus alcohol. Look at a liquor store. What's that look like?
Yeah,
All these different colors and signs, the prices and everything, just to suck you in, all lit up.
But if
Marijuana
you look through that store window,
Yeah.
it's right by the gas station, and I've looked in it because I watched a guy and his little daughter go into that store.
Yeah.
So I thought, they were like, you go in there, it's a room, there's a counter, you say, hey, I need this, they bring it to you. Apparently not, that one's more like a vape shop. It's got, little counters with stuff in there that you can see.
So you can browse.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I like that. I like that because I hate having a place that you go to where you want something and it's all in the back shop, so you're always, hey, can I help you? But you need to look for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where if you can just walk in, look around, do your thing, then you know what you want when you get up to the counter.
Yeah.
So that's nice. But I have noticed that with marijuana dispensaries versus liquor stores and marijuana dispensaries, you hardly can even tell that's what they are.
Yeah.
I mean, you really can't. I've seen a lot of them use old banks.
This was new. They built that ground up.
Yeah. They destroyed a
what's it
Pizza
called?
Hut.
I can't remember, something leaf.
I'm not sure what that was.
It looks like a fantastic building.
Yeah.
The biggest problem I can't understand is if you're going to make it legalized or recreational, even if it's making people have to go online to find a doctor just to write them a prescription is just preposterous to me.
Well, hey man, government's involved.
I get that, but just make it all legal.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, anybody should be able to go in there and get it.
Everybody's got to make a little money off of it.
It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, that's for sure.
Yeah. But maybe I'll start doing that for alcohol. You got to go online, get a prescription,
Well,
go buy some Jim Beam.
I don't particularly care for weed all that much.
Yeah.
I never got, yeah. Anytime I did smoke, I did enjoy fishing.
It's a relaxing thing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I only had one incident where it wasn't even an incident. It was actually it's a funny story.
Yeah.
If you'd like me to share it with you.
Right. Good.
So this was probably maybe the 3rd or 4th time I've done it, and Buddy of mine, his dad lived up on the mountain, off in the mountain.
Yeah.
Like when you get to the road that it was on, it becomes stone. You have to drive up the mountain 5 miles to get to the house, and on that 5-mile road is maybe 3 houses.
Yeah.
We went up there and we were hanging out all night. Just, nice porch overlooking the mountain. It's probably, I don't know, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm high as a kite.
Yeah.
My buddy's high as a kite. His buddy high as a kite. We're all there, right on the balcony. And the one kid he wasn't really my friend. I knew him, but he was my buddy's good friend.
Right.
Good guy, funny guy. He was eating watermelon, and we were sitting out on that balcony, just completely baked, and see these lights just. Man, what is that? What do you? You just see these lights just fading in and out.
Yeah.
And that road runs this way, so we're sitting out on the balcony, up above it, looking down, and all of a sudden, off to the right, here comes 4 police cars, lights on, shooting up this stone road.
Yeah.
So, my first buddy sees it, screams, runs over to the screen door, hits the glass.
Yeah.
He's down.
All right.
So I run to him, open up, get the door open. We all 3 pile in. I hear the other buddy. I'm not putting names on. And he screams, "The watermelon!" He left the watermelon, had to run back to the watermelon, get the watermelon, come back through.
Hey.
We went in. For some reason, we were behind the couch. I don't know why we were behind the couch, but we were sitting behind the couch, and you could see the lights out there.
Yeah.
And we kind of crept over to the door, and all the cars went up to the next driveway, turned around, and went shooting back out of there. That was it.
You said it was 4 police cars?
Yes, all with lights on.
Yeah. Y'all didn't think it was a little excessive for a couple of boys smoking a couple bowls out there in the woods?
The whole event just was baffling.
Never smoked again after that.
No, that wasn't the case, but just the concept that I felt like I still don't understand what took place or why that happened.
Well, wrong address, man.
I couldn't. I've told that story before, and every time I tell it, I'm like, I wouldn't believe that.
What?
That would have. If someone told me that, I wouldn't believe them.
Oh, that 4 cops just showed up.
Yes, just randomly come. I mean, not going down, Tom, Dick, and Harry Road. It's you have to. If you're going up there, you know why you're going up there. You know where you're going. You're not going, oh damn man, we got lost. Drive 5 miles up a 1-lane or a dead end road to turn around.
Right.
It doesn't work that way.
Maybe it was racing. Maybe he was having a little fun. That's what them boys do in the back roads, man. I tell you, I drive around the back roads up around where I live. You see nothing but burnout marks.
Yeah. Well, hell, we used to go up on the.
Goddamn right.
We fuck up there all the time.
Goddamn right. You can't give a boy a car or a vehicle. You can't do it. There's too much fun to be had. Too much fun to be had.
No, Well, they put a damn. I don't understand why people get so bent out of shape. When I was younger, I'd love to go for drives. Back roads, up on them stone roads, up on the mountain. You can't do that anymore.
Why?
Because there's gates across everything. There's up where we used to ride.
Yeah.
And there's where there's the 2-way entrance. That's got a giant gate across it now. Fencing for what?
Somebody probably died up there.
I mean,
doing shit.
You just.
Somebody got hurt.
And if you stop, if you stop up there on the side of the road, on the stone roads, and you check your phone or something, there's a game warden or somebody within a couple miles who gets, a little signal on his car that says, hey, there's a jackass over there parked, he shouldn't be. They'll come flying over there and yell at you for parking on the side of the road. It's just it.
Is it like that big ass puddle we used to drive through and all that? That's blocked off now?
Yeah, you can't get up there anymore.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But that's everywhere. I mean, there used to be places, especially when I was younger, I always like riding my bike, stuff like that. I always had a little bit of land I could ride on, but there was tracks all over the place that you could go to. You know, they don't have that anymore.
Right.
You know, all these kids, you wonder why they're out doing bad shit all the time. Well, there's nothing for them to do. You know, they get mad when you see these kids on dirt bikes and four-wheelers riding on the road. Well, because there's nowhere else for them to go.
Right.
Because everything gets, you know, shut down, or can't do that because of noise and all this shit. And it's
you know, so they shut all that down. So it's basically the government shutting that stuff down. Let me ask you. State government, yeah. State government. Let me ask you this. Like when COVID was going on, and now that they're making marijuana legal, which I realize it was voted on.
Yeah.
But, you know, they let liquor stores and all stay open during COVID. They're legalizing marijuana, you know. Do you think he's doing these things to make us weaker? I just, like during COVID, I don't understand how alcohol was a necessity. For everything that was shut down.
Well, it's not.
Why leave it open?
Because
only essential jobs were left open. Why is a liquor store essential? Now, obviously, this has been discussed, but I'm curious as
when did we discuss it?
Nah, we didn't discuss it, but it's been discussed on news, podcasts, and everything.
You gotta. Do you know how much money the government and state gets off a liquor tax?
Right.
A lot.
Right.
So hell yeah, it's gonna be open.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But you don't think it has anything to do with it? Obviously, I'm sure a lot of people started drinking more.
Yeah.
They stayed home from work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of people developed.
But when you say make you weaker, what are you getting at with that?
Well, I mean, you get people around alcohol all the time.
Yeah.
You know, they're not, or they start to have a problem because they started drinking more during COVID. They're obviously not going to be the best at their life anymore. They're not going to be the best employee anymore, possibly losing jobs
just
and
liquor.
Things like that. No, not just liquor. Just like with legalizing the marijuana, which I got nothing against it, but it's like, it does slow you down. It does slow you down. Like I said, it make you not care about things, not worry about things, maybe that you needed to do to improve your life. But now it's just, we'll legalize this, keep liquor stores open during COVID and all that, and that'll keep people down below us, below the government, in their place, keep them from rising up.
I don't think in the direction you're going.
Like as long as we let everybody have their alcohol during COVID, people stay happy.
Nah.
A lot of people stay happy.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think you're right that they're when you say make it weaker, I feel like we're being forced to be more dependent on the government.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know about the liquor part of it, but that's just a money thing. That's a numbers game.
Right. You think about in school, do you feel like they teach you just enough? They're only going to want to teach you what they want you to know.
Yeah. Well, that's very evident.
I mean, and that's their deal. You know, public school, that's their. They can do whatever they want, teach whatever they want.
Yeah. But I mean, what they're teaching kids nowadays is ridiculous.
Right.
Man, my daughter's not going to be part of it.
Just more stuff to keep you from rising up.
Yeah, well, if you know, and they say, you know the saying, you can't change history?
Yeah.
You don't have to change history. You just have to change who you teach it to and how you teach it.
Right. Oh,
yeah,
I like
so
that.
They're doing that.
Right.
In real time.
Right.
So.
Right. And they seem to be only teaching all the bad things about history.
Yeah. Schooling has become a large problem in this country.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't take kids that are, especially at such a young age, whatever you tell them, they're going to believe.
Right.
And the problem is, and this is why I think kids get fucked up way too much. If you have kids go to school, learn something, then they come home, and then tell their parents what they learned.
Right.
And if that is not, in line with, if the parents' views of things do not line up with what the school is, the parents say, no, that's not true.
Yeah.
And then don't reinforce what was learned.
Right.
And that's where you get
right.
a big time issue.
Right. Well, even as, the parent thing, that's constantly getting watered down.
Yeah.
As years go by.
Yeah.
Obviously there's a lot of people that don't stay together anymore, and that does have a big effect. Especially, I believe, on a boy that they ain't got a father figure in his life.
Yeah. I read a statistic one time that the most important relationship in a boy's life is the mother. The most important person in a daughter's life is the father. Yeah. Yeah.
I think they're both important.
I think
each
it's
one equally.
pretty much equally.
Yeah.
But I guess the part behind that is, I guess the daughter, needs a father figure in their life to, I can't remember how they put it.
Needs to know what to look for in a man.
It wasn't even. Damn, I don't remember what the reason was, but there was a reason behind it, and I don't remember what it was. So yeah.
I think both parents are just as important, boy or girl.
I think it's also that both parents need to be in the same house together.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I know they say studies show that having a kid having a mother and father separated two different places doesn't have any significant effect. That's bullshit.
Right.
That's absolute horseshit.
Right. Now, do you feel like the government makes a big push to do that, to separate?
No,
to separate really. They certainly give a lot of incentives for.
I don't think there's
things like that, for single parents and shit like that.
I think that would be because the majority of people are single parents.
Right.
Or at least the people that are more dependent on the government on.
Right.
So you're gonna, but I don't think they encourage you to.
Yeah, I feel like the government wants that though.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. I just do.
Okay.
I just do.
Yeah. I don't think it would have anything to do with, them trying to make people be single, but as far as the kids go, like I said, having two parents in the same house together, the nuclear family, is the way that is, in my opinion, better than, a kid having to be dragged back and forth to, two different places or whatnot. I think that's just ridiculous.
Right. Well, now, obviously, if you're with somebody that's just a complete
turd,
I'm just saying, you can't stay with them, but
yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel like
if you're in an abusive relationship, then clearly you two are going to be better parents away from each other.
Right.
But if the ability for you to be together is there, that's the way that child needs to grow up. To a certain age, I feel like a kid at 15 pretty much has a good handle on what's going on. I think kids are a lot smarter than what people think they are.
Yeah. Well, my parents had separated when I was 17, so that was no.
Yeah.
It sucks. Yeah, no skin off my eyes.
Well, like I said, I also think that when I say kids are smarter than what we think, I also think they're smarter, but they're also very impressionable. That's why I do not like this whole transgender deal. Letting kids.
Ooh, boy.
I don't care, man.
Ooh, boy.
I don't care, dude.
I don't either. Let's have that.
No kid shouldn't be able to make the decision to lop off body parts, take. Why? How can that kid can't go fucking buy a gun?
Yeah. Can't even get a fucking tattoo.
He can't get a tattoo.
Yeah.
He can't do
anything. Drink.
Can't
but you can cut your dick.
Yes, you can cut your dick off.
Yeah.
Or you can or a little girl can decide to take hormone blockers and other types of medication that will, after taking it for a very short time, make it for the remainder of her natural life she cannot give birth.
Oh.
And you can let a little girl who ain't even fucking in high school or middle school for that matter make that decision.
Right. I think it's a push by the government to suppress the population.
I don't know about that, but it's definitely.
If you're cutting dicks off, you ain't making babies. You're taking hormone blockers, you ain't making babies. And as the government's making a big push for this shit, especially one side of the government's making a big push for this shit.
I think they're making a point to cater to a very small minority.
Right. Yeah.
Because it gives them power.
How do you feel about co-ed sports?
Oh, fuck no.
Fuck no.
Fuck no.
Yeah, I know when, I remember, what,
No, I'm going to say, if, say, my daughter Taylor, she wants to play softball.
Yeah.
She's going to play softball with other women.
Right.
Or girls.
Right.
And could you imagine if, like, I'm a guy, so, you know, I can't really speak on, you know, but I would not want, you know, if when I played football,
yeah.
I don't know if I would want a girl playing football with me. Not because she's a girl.
Yeah.
There's exceptions to the rule, but women and men are built differently.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
They're not meant to, you know.
Right.
We play football, we you know, they're tackling and all that. It's physical sport.
Yeah.
Not saying women can't do that.
Right.
But
they need to do it with each other.
Exactly. We're built differently.
Yeah. Not
the anatomy of my body is designed to do things your body is not designed to do. Just,
right.
You know,
just as well as theirs.
Yes.
It's designed to do things that ours are not designed to do.
Yes, we're built a little differently.
Nobody's better.
Startier, you know, we can be physical. You guys can too.
Right.
But no one's going to want to see a guy and a girl box. It's not a good thing.
I would say in that situation of boxing, either one or two things are going to happen.
Yeah.
Either this guy's going to feel bad and take it easy, or he's going to just go hard as fuck to keep him from being embarrassed.
It was Swedish or Sweden or Finland. They did this.
Yeah.
When all this started, you know, the quality shit started.
Right.
About men playing sports. You know, if you're, you know, transgender, whatever, you can play whatever you want or do whatever you want. They had a guy, a UFC fight. It wasn't UFC, but it was mixed martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy beat the fucking living piss out of that girl.
Right.
It's not fun to watch. It's not cool. It shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And I remember watching someone, and everybody was excited for it, you know, before it happened. And then by the time it was over, people were leaving, didn't want to watch anymore, because she got literally, you know.
Yeah. It's like, we thought this was what we wanted.
Yeah, it's not. It's not
It's actually
cool.
not.
I mean, we're just built differently. Bottom line.
I mean,
I play with men, you play with women.
Right.
Bottom line.
Right. Boys got
we're not better than you or anything. I mean, men are cool. We're cooler.
Yeah.
We're better.
I feel like we have more. I feel like we always had the best toys as well.
Yes. Yes. But we are, you know, just built differently. It's just it's biology, man. We're just different.
You know, for me to even say that we had the best toys, people would be like, well, they're just toys. They're not for boy, for girl.
Bullshit.
Anybody can play with them, which is true, and there's not a problem with that. But it just so happens boys gravitate towards certain things, girls do. Now, don't get me wrong, you got the exceptions.
Yeah.
They just end up that way, but it's being forced.
Yes.
Now it is being forced. Like it's like they almost want you to, when your child's born, buy a car, buy a toy car, buy a Barbie doll.
Yeah.
Present them with it. Let them make the decision.
Last time your son came over to our house and played with Taylor, what was the one thing that they played with when we had that fighting match, or the boxing match we were watching?
Was it the Taylor stroller for Barbie doll?
Yeah, but I'm talking about the other thing. That's more of a boy thing that they played with that Taylor absolutely loves. Hot Wheels.
Oh, yeah, Hot Wheels.
That's a guy thing.
Yeah.
She loves the shit out of it.
Right.
Also pushing a stroller around. They're fucking racing around.
Yeah. I mean, hey, that is what it is. But at the same time, you know, when I had Austin, I got no thought of going out and buying a fucking Barbie doll or anything pink.
That's correct, yeah.
I got every thought buying him trucks, buying him toy guns, buying him fucking Legos. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure a lot of girls play with Legos, but I still feel that leans towards more of a boy thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. What is so wrong with wanting your child to be a man? What is wrong with a man?
No.
Nothing is wrong with a man.
If I got Taylor something for, obviously, say we get Christmas presents, one for Taylor, one for Austin, I'll get you guys dolls. I'm getting her a Barbie doll. I'm getting him like a Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah.
Same thing, but one's for men, one's for girls.
Yeah. And that's the reason why. That's the reason it should be.
Stretch Armstrong's pretty cool. Remember
Stretch
Armstrong?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
yes,
man.
I do. For some reason, it ended up in the attic or the garage at my parents' house, and I found it years later. And of course, it gets hot as hell up there, so the shit was busted. And all. I even had his car. He had a Dodge Viper.
Nice.
It came with it. Even stretched.
Nice.
It was like plastic stretched. It wasn't like his material, but yeah, the shit was badass.
I do, but back on that subject. Yes, women should do, or girls, whatever. You have your sports, we have our sports. No one's saying you can't do the sports there, but you need to do it with,
Right.
It's just like in boxing. A middleweight should not be fighting a heavyweight.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
That's why we have weight classes.
Yeah.
For sports for men and women, that's why we separate. Because it's just, we're different. We're built different. We see colors different.
Right.
Our sight's different. Everything's different. It needs to stay that way.
Tell you what did it for me in NASCAR was when, you know where I'm going, Danica Patrick showed up on the scene. Nothing against her. Nothing against her. And I realize this isn't
First off, if you have to go, nothing against her, there's something against her.
I got nothing against her whatsoever. It could have been any. Yeah, well, I guess so. Whatever. Anyway, but the fact that she came into the sport of NASCAR, which I realize it's not a contact sport like football, like wrestling, like boxing, but nonetheless, the men were already in place. It's a male-dominated sport. It's not to say they can't do it, but I would suggest a separate event.
All right, so now I'm going to poke at you on this one.
All right.
Why do you suggest a separate event? What makes that where physical ability, because men and women are built differently,
right?
How do you translate that argument into racing a car?
Yeah,
I want to hear this.
I know, right? I guess I really can't. It's just the feel. It's just the way I feel.
This is just a man's reaction to it.
I tell you what, and I bet I'm gonna compare this to the NBA and WNBA.
Okay.
I would bet. I'd bet a lot of money on this. That if women had their own NASCAR division, viewership is going to be probably less than half of what the original NASCAR viewership is.
Okay.
Could you agree with that?
Probably.
Probably. Why do you think that is?
Because you're already taking an established league.
Oh, here we go. All right. Cross this. Say it started at the same fucking time. NASCAR never been invented yet. They started at the same time. They start two racing leagues. One's for men, one's for women. Which one's going to draw?
Don't know.
Which
In my opinion, probably men.
Probably men.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for. Well, why do you think that is?
Why do I think that is? Because we already discussed it. It's a man's sport.
Right. Okay.
But I wanted to just see how you were.
You just want to see how I thought you was actually going against me on this one.
I wanted to see what your how you were going to wiggle out of that one. I wanted to.
Well, it was like Dave Chappelle had a joke. It was funny as shit. He talked about LeBron James. He's like, so you're telling me LeBron James change his name? Doesn't even have to get the surgery. Just now identify as a woman. He signs up in the WNBA, where he will score 40,000 points a game. Shit kills me. It's just, it's unbelievable. Let's see, you can even make an argument for baseball. I mean, yeah, they can play together. But if you do a full team of men versus women, I think, women's probably going to get their asses handed to them.
Well, first off, women don't play baseball much. They play softball.
Which...
They play softball.
Hey, kudos to them. I always thought it was bad as shit the way them girls would throw that ball overhanded. I think that's awesome as hell.
Softball. You watch them, like the high level softball. Yeah. They're cranking them just as hard as men throw a fastball, man.
And I'll be honest here, I can actually get into more watching them pitch than watching a MLB pitcher pitch. Just because I think it's so fascinating how much speed they can get on that ball thrown in their hand.
I will say I never understood why there was ever softball and baseball. I think they should play baseball.
Right.
I don't get why we had to make the ball bigger and call it. And we even had to change the bat size, too. I mean,
oh, really?
Yeah, softball bats are different than baseball bats. But I never understood why that had to, you know.
Yeah, but you're right. I can't understand why they didn't play baseball. You know, thinking back now, I had a girl on my little league team back in the day.
There was a girl that played football when I played.
Really?
Yeah.
Football.
Not on my team or nothing.
Right,
I'm pretty sure she played for like Damascus or something like that.
Right. Right.
Which I had no problem with.
Right.
But they be.
I don't. Yeah, and I would prefer this one over the other. I'd rather see a girl come up into a man's sport than a man go down into a girl's sport.
That cool's bad.
Can't really explain why, but because I had a girl on my baseball team, so that wasn't so bad. But if I went to an all girls, baseball team, that would just.
If you're in the stands at a baseball or any sport, and you see a single girl playing with the guys, that's fine. Yeah. If you see a girl sport, one guy comes out there, there's going to be crickets.
Correct.
People don't want to see that because it just it doesn't need to happen. Yeah. And
it's just natural.
Now, say Taylor gets a little older. She goes, she somehow, I'm sure some people like your daughter goes, oh, I want to play with them. Nope, you don't need to play with them. Mm-hmm. It's different. We're different.
Yeah.
There's no. You want to say everybody's equal?
Right.
They are.
Right.
You want to say, you're no better than me? You're not.
Right.
But physically, we're different.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
It needs to be kept that way.
Even mentally. I mean, it's always been said women are smarter.
I'm fine with that.
So I don't care. It doesn't burn my ass. No. Somebody says that.
It will burn people's asses though. That's.
But yeah, as far as fighting goes, man, I couldn't imagine. I never saw that. I have to look that up.
Yeah, it's not.
But
it's not. It doesn't work.
Well, I mean, what works is two big bastards getting ready to fucking go at it. That's what fucking works.
Yeah, but you're gonna see it a lot more. That you're gonna have guys playing with girls playing with guys. It's like that swimming thing that was in the
yeah.
That well, I'm sorry, but if you're the 400th best swimmer in the male league,
right,
and you jump over the women, and now you're the third best swimmer in the league,
right,
it's because you're built differently,
right. Well, now say you hate men, right? These people are all like, men are the problem with all this stuff.
I'm sure there's a lot.
Yeah, men are the problem with all this stuff. But then you get that guy who is now claiming he's a girl, playing in the girls' sport. Well, when he dominates and wins, he is stealing your glory.
That's what those men
that you hate are now coming in and stealing your glory.
Yeah, that's I think why those two swimmers that swim, with them got all. Because you got to remember that this was those women worked, very hard to. Yeah. Not saying the guy didn't either.
Right.
But he's not a girl.
Mm-hmm.
He shouldn't be there.
Right.
Just because you're,
right.
And that to say that, when you're born and you're assigned male or female,
mm-hmm. You're not. Are you assigned? You
kind of
just are.
I mean, there's male and female. That's it. There's no, you can do whatever you want and say you are what you are, but whatever hardware you got's what you are, man. There's no getting around that. You want to cut it off later in life, you go for it, but.
And you know what? It kills me. The people that have such a problem with this are usually the people that push science so heavily when it comes to climate change. But when it comes to gender, science goes out the fucking door.
Yep.
Out the fucking door.
I think where that hit me the most, or not hit me, but where I said, you know what? There's no point of return.
Yeah.
We changed the definition of man and a woman in the dictionary.
Really?
Yes. The definition of a man and a woman has been changed
Do you know
in
what
the
they
dictionary.
are? At all? Do you know what they changed the definitions to?
I tell you.
But yeah, so you think there's no coming back from this?
I don't. I really don't.
I think there is. I think there is a comeback.
You have to have change for it to happen, and you're not going to have change.
I think it's going to be quite a while.
Oh yeah.
But I think it will.
I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. Let's see.
It's like when you're born, you are what you are. Be the best you can be.
Okay, here we go. The Cambridge Dictionary updates definition of man and woman. It says, okay. It says, according to the dictionary, this has been changed, it says a man is an adult who lives and identifies as male, though they may have been said to have a different sex at birth, whereas a woman is an adult who lives and identifies as female, though they may have been said to have a different sex at birth.
This is like something I don't even feel like needs to even be in the dictionary. Like from the get-go, before all this shit. Like what a man was and what a woman was. What was the purpose? Putting that in the dictionary. To begin with. But
it's all racket. You know, we'll call it on that. We'll get into the rest of that different episode. I keep going on this, but we're at that.
This is probably our most controversial episode so far.
Well, I told you we're gonna step it up a little bit.
All right.
It's gonna get a little more.
Let's do it. I don't mind this gender shit at all. I mean, because it is what it is. I don't feel like I'm insulting nobody. And don't get me wrong. You know, like as far as sports go, there's plenty of women out there. We're not saying any man could beat literally any woman.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of women out there who beat my ass. I'm no good at tennis whatsoever. Beat my ass in tennis. They beat my ass at golf. Is that even co-ed yet?
What?
Golf?
I don't think so.
That's a sport that could easily be, co-ed. But guess what? They can't drive the ball quite as fucking far.
You know why?
Because they're women.
But why? Because we're physically different.
Because, we're physically more dominant.
Yeah.
You know. Now, when it comes to fighting, I'm sure there's plenty of women out there who could whip my ass. Ronda Rousey would have a field day with me, but
yeah.
Unless she ain't going against Brock Lesnar.
No,
I don't think so.
It's just, we're different. That's all it is. And at some point, there's got to be a way to if it continues down the road it's going about stuff like that, like I know you said it, we'll right the ship. I don't think.
I can't say whether they're going to right the ship or not.
This rolls right back to kids in school.
Yeah. I mean, they got the majority of the population. It's in public school. They got the majority of the population.
That's what they're being taught.
So I mean,
when they get older, that's what they know.
So it's got to start at the top.
You start catering to that 1% population, and you make their needs, higher and more important than the needs of everybody else.
Right.
And then you have these kids that are very young, very impressionable. Yeah. I guarantee you, it's a high number of kids that are doing this transgender stuff or changing their, stuff like that because it's popular and cool, or peer pressure and stuff like that.
Right.
If you got a friend that's doing it, and that's all you do is hang out with a couple friends that are like that, you're going to start thinking that's what you are too, because that's all you know.
I wish we could go back to school for a day. like right now, go back to 11th or 12th grade right now, just for a day.
You think we'd still go to McDonald's when we skipped, or?
I mean, I'll go with you if you want me to. I ain't getting no buns or fries.
Maybe next time. That would be cool to do that.
Yeah, I would just be. I just want to observe. I would just want to go and observe. I would just want to go and observe. Somebody could make a fucking show out of that.
What? Go back to high school?
Go back to these different schools for a day, and come back and report. What you've seen.
I don't want to go back.
I would like to go in and observe for a day.
I would want to go back to see my old teacher.
Yeah.
And he's dead now.
Right.
I would love to go see Mr. O'Boyle.
Oh yeah,
I'd roll up into his class.
That was man.
You got to pay a tribute to that man.
Yeah.
That was a teacher there, man.
And he was in the military. You know?
He was so well liked.
Oh yeah, everybody loved him. He could get away with saying anything.
Oh, Mr. O'Boyle, man, that guy was some had a comb over. Guy was something.
Yep.
He called me names.
Yeah.
If I said something he didn't like his names, I'd come over there feet first.
Right.
That too.
Yep. With blood all over the wall.
Splatting your blood all over the wall.
Yeah. I always got in trouble for, or not in trouble. He'd always give me shit because when he'd read, you know, we'd have a book in front of us and we'd read. No, I wasn't sleeping.
Oh, I would.
I was looking at him while he was reading it. He didn't like it. Every time he looked up, I'm staring at him.
He had a spoiler on the back of the car.
Yeah, kids decorate his car, put a NOS sticker on
rookie driver on there. Yeah. I love though. He would walk down. It'd be morning or whatever. Everybody's in the hallway, students, kids, everybody, and he's walking down, and everybody's walking past him with, "Hey, Mr. Alba," he'll go, "Your mom's."
Yeah.
What you doing, Mr. Alba? Your mom's.
Yeah.
Couldn't do shit like that now. But that's how. That's how he talks.
I feel like he could get away with it.
He could. He was that
with
type
a lot of people, but you'll get that one uptight motherfucker. I'm sure he had an uptight motherfucker here or there.
I'm sure
get his ass burnt.
Said that to their parents or something. Yeah. I don't think he cared.
But no, if all teachers were like that, oh my God, everybody would have so much more success in school.
Yeah,
they really would.
Yeah,
I mean, they treat you like a person.
Mm-hmm.
You really did. You was on the same level as he was, and
yeah, well,
he was just real. That's life. People joke. People carry on. People say these things. Everybody knows what shit means.
He treated you like you said, a person, but he didn't treat you like a kid.
Right, like you were beneath him.
Yes, he treated you like you were a peer, an adult.
Right.
He still had authority over you and taught you stuff, but he did not treat you like you were beneath him. Like you said, he when he talks to you as a person, not as that's his job. He will talk with you as a person.
Do you remember that one time he went off on that boy for saying that George Bush was racist?
No, I don't remember that. Was I there?
Yeah, I don't know if you were in there that day, but I mean, you were. I guess I don't know.
I don't remember this.
But boy just said George Bush was racist. I mean, he went off on he didn't want to hear none of that shit. He didn't want to hear none of that shit. Nothing about racism or anything like that. I don't remember what he said to this boy, but he was not happy. That was probably the maddest I ever seen him get.
Yeah, he was a special teacher.
Mm-hmm.
There's not many of them.
Nope. Well, I mean, I got several teachers I couldn't even name you, obviously, but obviously we can name him.
Well, he
made an impression.
Yeah.
Stood out, made an impression.
He definitely stood out.
Yeah.
But our school didn't have very many teachers like that.
Right.
There wasn't a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
No. A lot of them just there it's just wasn't a job to him.
Yeah.
Is what it was. It wasn't a job to him. He thoroughly enjoyed what he did.
I think if he was alive now and he was he wouldn't be teaching now. The way things are in school now.
Right.
I don't think he could. Because I have friends that are teachers and they're just so done.
Yeah.
Like none of them want to be teachers anymore.
Mm-hmm.
None of them want to do it because of the way, the amount of work that they have to do, the little amount of money they make, and the fact that since, most teachers tell you COVID destroyed kids.
Yeah.
It's like they lost everything.
Yeah.
How to behave.
Right.
How to look. Just everything went fucking completely bonkers.
Yep. I bet everybody got used to being home and trying to do classes online.
I would have exploited the hell out of that shit.
Exactly. Who wouldn't?
Yeah, you couldn't get me to go to school.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get me on a computer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, let's call it an episode.
All right.
I think that was pretty good. Say bye to everybody. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. See you in episode number 8.
Yeah, we'll be there.